Mohammed proudly takes in the progress of his latest house. It's still only a shell, but once finished it'll boast 6 bedrooms and an underground gym. Bought for the princely sum of $1 million, it's his 9th purchase in as many years. But this isn't just another of his investments.
One of the main reasons I bought it for my luxury life, for my family. I started in 2004. I invest my money, and of course I get a benefit and gains. Therefore, the revenue day by day increased, and I bought more.
Mohammed's made $500,000 so far on the properties he's bought. He's one of a growing number of people who thinks that his native Kurdistan is the best place to be putting his money. Experts say that it's the locals, not the international speculators, who are fueling this market's growth.
I can say it is 5 categories, you know. First, the Kurds that left this country about maybe 10, 15 years ago, and now they lived in European countries and now they're coming back. And also Arab people from Baghdad and other Arabic cities inside Iraq are coming and starting to invest here. And other 3 categories are people from Syria, from Turkey, and also from Iran that coming to invest here because they know that here is a very interesting actually place for doubling their money and invest.
Drive 15 minutes outside the centre of Erbil and you'll find yourself in another world. Based on suburban America, it's not a world you'd perhaps expect in Iraq. It was one of the first developments to be built, but more and more are springing up across the city.
Housing developments like this have literally changed the landscape of Erbil. Housing figures are hard to come by, but experts say prices here are anything between 4 and 10 times what they were 10 years ago. That's good news for people who've been able to invest, but on the other end of the scale, people who are first-time buyers or trying to rent, it's a different story.
ولێر moved from Suleymaniye to Erbil with his young family to take a job as an accountant. It's been a challenge to find a place that he and his family could afford on his salary, but after a month of looking, he finally settled on this place.
The biggest problem that we had in Erbil was finding a good house at a suitable price because we knew monthly rent is very high here. We were searching for a house to rent for lower prices, but monthly rents were $800 and more. We found this house for $500 a month, but that's still very expensive for such a house.
One of the biggest challenges for would-be homebuyers is a lack of finance. Iraq is a cash economy. The banking sector is very underdeveloped and mortgages are hard to come by. So developers are targeting those who can pay for their property with cash, not those who need financing to make their first purchase. And that, say experts, could pose a problem in the future.
In terms of the supply and demand situation, what we are seeing is 80% of the supply that is coming is targeting the upper segment and only 20% is targeting the affordable housing market. But in terms of demand, it's the inverse. 80% of the demand is at the bottom end and only 20% is at the top end. And so what we are likely to see in the future is that you may have a situation where the market is overheated in terms of a lot of these high value properties being bought by investors, but then eventually not being able to sell it because the demand is more at the lower end.
But for cash-rich buyers like Mohammed, he's not deterred. Mohammed's paid for this $1 million mansion because of the money he's made on property here. With construction showing no signs of stopping, talk here is still about to boom. Nobody wants to believe in bust quite yet.